Squidward loves Patrick more than SpongeBob.
And with that, we're live.
Whoa!
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 Hello, everybody. All right, welcome back to another episode of Bump That.
Bump that! Hooray!
Brought to you by Bran Flakes. Bold new flavor. Bran Flakes.
You know, that's so funny. I was going to say something like Cheerios, and you went to Bran Flakes. I'm like, even better. There you go.
Oh, there's that
Throaty water sounds.
Throaty, it's for your throat.
Wow.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Katie, did you get your floors done yet? What the heck, man?
Well, no, not yet. We're hoping to be done this upcoming weekend, maybe the following weekend, but the end is near.
Hooray!
This has been a stressful thing.
Future!
Yeah.
Future!
Good thing is that they're starting to look really good. Like they look parts of the house that are already done. They look really nice.
They look excellent, and gotta give Wesley credit. Wesley and our dear friends the Connors.
Wait, who's Wesley?
That is my hot meat of a man. That is my husband.
Meat.
Yeah. Dang it! I couldn't. He's so hot, I couldn't even get it out. But yes, that is my husband. But I gotta give him credit because he's been working really hard with our friends the Connors. Not professionals, but man, does this floor look really good, and they've dedicated a lot of time and effort and sweat and all kinds of things to putting this floor together, so yay. Shout out to them.
I'm proud of you guys.
Good job, everybody.
You guys are moving up in the world.
Hey man, yo, I'm just saying. Yes.
Anyways, we've got some news for everybody.
So what's the big news we got today?
Yeah, Avatar Studios.
Oh man, I saw that and I thought, why won't they just let it die? Just let it die. And I was talking.
But Brian and Michael D. Martino are there. They're there though.
For how much longer, Rick? For how much longer will they be there?
No, they got carte blanche. They have carte blanche. They're going to let them do whatever they want to do.
I don't know what carte blanche is.
Carte blanche means that Nickelodeon Studios has said, Brian Konietzko and Michael D. Martino, you guys, Don, whatever the heck your name is, you guys can do whatever you want. This is all the money. Go and make Avatar happen. Okay, so when they had the deal at Netflix, they were like, well, you can't really do this or do that. But here, Nickelodeon Studios is giving them whatever they want to do. They can go and make Avatar movies, cartoons, whatever projects they want. Carte blanche. They have freedom. They have absolute freedom. I have absolute power. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm skeptical about the whole thing only because, like Katie said, the franchise was great. Let it die. It had its run and it was perfect. And I just think, adding Korra into it was like, step back. I don't know. We've already had that talk. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch where we rate Avatar and Korra episodes. Good time there. But like I said, just let the franchise die. It ran its time,
Oh my gosh, you have no hope, dude.
I don't, because if you look at the comics right now, if you read the comics that they both have a hand in, they are subpar. All of them, except for the ones that are original Avatar, where like when they go looking for Zuko and Azula's mom, that was pretty good. Somebody just died in the back. When they go looking for Azula's and Zuko's mom, that was a good one. But apart from that, none of their comics have really stuck out to me. I was just reading one where it was about Asami being kidnapped, and I'm like, this is so boring. It's called Turf Wars, and I'm like, this is so boring. Why do I even care? Why are we still stuck in Republic City? again, you have this whole world where you can just develop anything. It's a magical world where you
Boo!
can bend elements.
Bring back the
And-
singing dogs.
Yeah. Bring back the singing badger moles. But no, they choose to stay in Republic City. It's like, come on, just stop. Just let it go. We have a good thing. Just let us have that.
I think they have an opportunity, especially I think they're going to be doing an animated movie feature where they can redeem themselves from the Shamalama Ding Dong film. It's a big opportunity to do something great with and make all the true Avatar fans, give them some. So I'm excited. I was. I mean, I don't know whatever happened to the Netflix property. What happened to all of that? That's, I mean, be right around the corner, and gotta believe that's shelved. We're never gonna see that again. Whatever that was, it's just gonna be Nickelodeon producing it. So I don't know.
If they come out with a great product, then I will recant my statement. And I'll be more than happy to support them in their future endeavors. But right now, their history, they had in my eyes, they had one success, and that was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. That was it. Outside of that, it's all been subpar or worse. Unsuccessful. So you're right, this is their chance to redeem themselves. But man, if they blow it, there goes their fan base. Like that, this is their last chance. So here's hoping that they do put out a good quality product for their fans. And not just their fans, but potentially new fans and people that will keep this legacy alive. So here's hoping.
Yeah.
And with that, man, so Luca, have you guys seen that trailer, right? Pixar's new film coming out in the summer?
Yes.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I don't like
I'm underwhelmed.
I know the way the characters look. I'm not a huge fan of like just the art style of what it looks like. It almost looks like a Aardman film. You see
what
how
is
like
up
their
with that
teeth?
different style of Pixar animation?
Exactly, like their teeth are rounded out like Aardman films.
I thought they looked like Chicken Run. They look like Aardman.
Exactly.
They look like Aardman Entertainment. Round eyeballs. I was like, this is Chicken Run. This is art. This is it. You know.
Is Edwina on holiday? To Chicken Run's credit, I love that movie. But yes, you're absolutely right. This is
absolutely, but it's not Pixar though.
It's not Pixar. And I was thinking about this the other day. Maybe it was this morning. When it comes to Soul, I've seen that movie a handful of times now, trying to analyze it. There's not anything really quotable or really sticks out to me. And going back in their filmography, their last recent films, nothing has really stuck out to me like a word. Like, Ileana, if I were to tell you, I waited for a sound, you know exactly where that's from.
Yeah.
And that resonates with you.
I know exactly where that's from.
Ratatouille, my man.
Yeah, there has
yes,
been
lady.
such a lag in memorable things like that in Pixar films, and it's like, oh, is this gonna be another one? Not saying Pixar films are going, are bad or are lacking in anything, but at the same time, it's like we don't have those memorable things. Right now, we have. Is it we on holiday? Like that's potentially what we're gonna get. And two little boys that turn into sea monsters. That's borderline DreamWorks.
I don't know. It's supposed to be like a fish out of the water, coming of age story. I don't know. This trailer, it did not ignite any interest in me. My kids were like, And I know the colors look good, and it's supposed to be like the Italian Riviera, ooh, but it's just underwhelmed, man. I don't know. I try to keep an open mind with Pixar, but dang, I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
don't
they're
know.
doing with this franchise. It's very alarming.
And it's supposed to
But
be their
then
big summer blockbuster film.
exactly, and that leads into Raya and the Last Dragon. That opens up this
Oh
weekend.
dear,
Is anybody talking about this thing? Nobody is
no.
talking about this thing at all.
It's really lackluster, kind of just like Luca right now. I mean, there's just nothing, like there's no news, nothing is being pushed about it. I mean, the dragon looks cute, but I think it's just gonna be, I don't know. Could it be like a How to Train Your Dragon where it looked kind of from the outside, but then when you watched it, it was like
Mm.
gosh darn amazing. Who knows?
I'll
The
tell
few
you
reviews
why.
I've seen are good. The preliminary reviews, they said it's a lot of action. It's similar to like Tomb Raider or Indiana Jones, that sort of thing. Asian background flair. So the reviews are good. But nobody's talking about it. It's definitely not going to be a Frozen. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you why I'm skeptical. We don't know what the movie's about. When you look at the trailer, it's like these people have to go get something, but why? Nothing really sticks out as far as, oh, that looks very interesting. In fact, I actually hate the trailers. I don't know why companies have this trope where they have a scene, like for example, there's a trailer where Raya is laying out a map, but what she's mouthing does not match what she's saying. And so
Oh yeah.
I hate that thing. And if you look at that trailer, that happens a lot in the film. And it's like, what is this about?
Yes.
And it bothers me. And then you have this little boy saying, I got this. And it's like, what do you got? I don't know what you're doing. This is so confusing. So it makes me really
Hey,
mad.
I got
want
this,
to watch
guys.
movie. Go get it, man. Whoa, you guys on the internet just missed what Brian did.
We'll never know. It wasn't shown in the trailer, nor was there any
But at the end of the
leading
day,
up to it.
at the end of the day, I got this.
He's got this. Brian's got it in the bag.
It really bothers,
That's such a Disney thing, though. That's been going on since like Toy Story was, made an Inception or whatever. That they'll show a trailer and the voice will not match up with the scene that is talked about, and like you'll go back and rewatch a trailer. The worst one for me was Treasure Planet. I'll go back and see the trailer for it. I'm like, what? This voice didn't happen at this scene. That was like way later in the movie. That is such an annoying thing. I don't. You have a full
I really
movie
hate
and like
that.
you choose bits and pieces and then layer over these voiceovers that happen nowhere near each other. It's quite strange.
I
Speaking
hate
of
it.
trailers, did you guys happen to see the Rugrats trailer?
Yes,
Or a
very
little clip?
weird.
I didn't.
Watch it.
I didn't
Weird.
even know that was
That
a
animation
thing.
style is bizarre.
I'm gonna look this up right now because
Those babies
I
are
have
still
not heard of
ugly.
this.
Yeah, they really are. Chucky? Ooh, yikes.
Reboot. Let's see what we got.
Only
here.
a baby a mother would love right there.
Oh
Jeez.
my god!
It's almost like
You
it's
know what?
trying to go with the Studio Ghibli, the new movie Earwig. Was it Earwig or something like that? Where it's like we're gonna take our 2D shows and we're gonna throw it in 3D and see how it works. And to me, I don't know, it doesn't really
You know what?
work.
I like it.
It looks
I think it's cool.
strange and uncanny to me.
It's dark. The lighting is dark, but I like the designs. I really like the designs, but the lighting is dark.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think it looks ugly.
For me, when it comes to classic Rugrats, I mean, this could be a whole episode. There is such a subversive 90s edginess to the Rugrats TV show, especially those early episodes where even the parents were more interesting than actually the kids. You wanted to see what the parents are doing because they did some weird stuff in that TV show. But so I'm hoping that they can still have that weird like how did they get away with some of this stuff? But if it's just gonna be Gen Z-ized for
I really hope
a
not.
new generation.
Brian, do you remember that joke? It's from an old episode of Rugrats where the babies couldn't keep their diapers on, and Mrs.
Oh, they were
DeVille-
naked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were naked, and Mrs. DeVille found her twins, and she's like, she was so angry, and
Phil
Dee
and
Dee was
Lil,
like,
you're
yeah,
nudists.
yeah, and Dee Dee was like, oh, it's just a natural part of life, and she goes, oh, what did she say? The 60s are over and we
Dee Dee,
lost.
the 60s over.
And we lost. She said the 60s are over and we lost.
Oh my
Get with the
gosh.
program.
That's my favorite. And then
There were a lot of little bits and pieces of like these parents buck wild when they were youngins, and now they're like 40-year-olds with babies and just like
I love it. There's another one
with grandpa. We're going drink,
There's a separate episode where Stu for some reason can't sleep and he's making pudding and Dee Dee's like, Stu, it's 3 a.m. What are you doing? Making pudding. Why? Because I've lost control of my life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's podhead right there. Stu definitely
Everybody in the
did some
comments is like,
doobies
wow,
back in the day.
that was me last night. That was so relatable.
Yeah, that kind of was me like 2 nights ago. Whoops, I've been called out by my.
Oh, speaking of chocolate pudding, I think it's time for Dessert Corner.
Katie's
with
Dessert
Casey.
Corner.
Okay, so today's dessert, I'm really, really looking forward to this. I've been holding on to this coop cake for a couple days now. It comes from Alpharetta's 4 Fat Cows, ice cream and desserts.
All right.
So, at this place, they have homemade ice cream, desserts, and just other eateries that are they're a little not outlandish, but they're a little bit bizarre. And so I decided to try vanilla salted caramel cupcake.
Yeah.
And that trumped over a good handful of other things to choose from. So I'm gonna try this.
Salted caramel is my least favorite flavor of like anything, and like mint chocolate. I hate salted caramel and mint chocolate.
Salted pork.
All right, so yes, already I'm cutting into this coop cake. Ooh, it has filling. Oh my gosh,
It's oozing out the seams.
Oozing. It's very dense.
That looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, this looks really good.
Audience, I wish you could see this. It looks really good.
It's got vanilla frosting on top with a generous drizzle of caramel on top. The filling looks like caramel. Let's take a bite.
Oh, she died and went to heaven.
Whoa, baby.
Hey, don't choke. Chew your food, okay?
You need a glass of milk to wash down that
I really do.
Cake.
I really wish I did.
What'd she choke on? A cupcake?
He choked on some chorizo.
Chorizo! No, but this is a cupcake. I'm honestly not getting a lot of the saltiness that I'm supposed to get.
Good.
However, it is very thick, very sweet, good texture. Wow, that is a good cupcake. It's not like that airy fluffiness.
It's dense.
It's very dense. So, way to go. Once again, this is 4 Fat Cows in Alpharetta. Go check them out and eat local.
Woohoo!
All right, Ileana.
And now for Ileana's anime.
All right, so this week it's actually not an anime. We're going to be going for an animation. And an animation that I recently watched and was like, I don't really have an anime to talk about this week, but I've got an animation that I'm like, I really got to talk about this. It is Hilda on, once again, Netflix, pulling it out with those animated series. Hilda season 2 just came out a couple months ago, and it just set me in my feels. You guys have no idea. Hilda is a story of a little blue-haired girl who lives in the woods and gets her house crushed by some gigantic mountain troll thing, so has to go move to the city. And she's lived in the wilderness her entire life with all these, trolls and elves and other crazy magical creatures. And now she goes to city life, and so she has to deal with her life there and missing her adventures in the wilderness. So the story, progresses with each episode, just going episodically with her story, and it's really really good. Lighthearted for children, anybody could watch it easily. Put it in the background or just sit down, with the whole family and watch the show. Really great show. Yeah, season 2 actually made me cry a few times. If you know anything about my relationship with my dog, you know that she is like my child. So there is an episode of her and her pet. Um, I won't go into much detail just so you can go watch it yourself, but it made me think about my poor old Coco, and yeah, sent me down a roller coaster of tears. So go check it out, Hilda on Netflix.
That's a good family show, and
It
it's
is.
not like it's not a show where it's like, oh, kids, oh, it's just for kids. No, adults will love it as well. I'll
Mhm.
interject with them. Also, really quick,
Really? I never heard of it.
yeah.
That sounds
Oh,
Oh
awesome.
no,
it's
it's
so
it's a
good.
great show. That is a great show. Season 1, I haven't seen season 2 yet, but season 1 was lit. By the way, really quick, I got to the salty part of the cupcake, and
Update.
and it actually really gives like it adds a lot of flavor, like a lot of good flavor. So yay! But yeah, Hilda season 2, I agree.
Yeah,
Go
go
see it.
check out Hilda. If you want something, that you could watch in front of little siblings, children, your grandparents, parents, whatever, put on Hilda. Good stuff.
Very very clean. I like
Unless
that.
you don't like magic. There's magic in that show.
It's very clean, very
Yeah,
Oh,
clean.
one of
super
those
clean.
people. Oh, magic. That's evil.
Yeah, so if you're against that kind of stuff, then maybe not for you. But if
Those
you're
people
okay
clicked
with
away
it,
a long time ago.
yeah. Anyways,
Hey, one thing I'm
oh,
for though, one thing is good performances in movies. And with the Oscar nominations coming up, we decided that we would take the time to kind of take a look at overlooked performances over the years of the Academy Awards and movies in general. There's been so many just brilliant, brilliant performances by men and women that are just unforgettable. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, politics, they didn't just get the acclaim. It was just a little under the radar, or it was comedy. Comedy is traditionally, ignored by the Academy.
boo.
So we wanted to take the time to pick our top 5 best actors and actresses that were not nominated for a performance in which they should have been. Agreed?
Agreed. Brian, you go
Agreed.
first.
Okay, so it was tough. I don't know. All three of us went back and forth on like a whole list of who we thought should have been nominated. I mean, I had a ton. There was a few that I just wish they could have made it. I'm gonna go with Sean Astin for Best Supporting Actor for Samwise Gamgee, The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Um, through most of the trilogy of the Rings, the emphasis was on Frodo and Aragorn and their journey. But definitely in Return of the King, Samwise is he's the main character. He leads the story a lot. If it wasn't for Sam, Frodo would not have made it out to Mount Doom. And for Aston, he gives such a deep performance where you're able to see his vulnerability when he's rejected by Frodo, when he says that he doesn't trust him and says, "Go home, Sam." And then also that inner strength he has when he's like, "Mr. Frodo, if you can't carry it, I'll carry you." So people say Sean Astin cries throughout the whole movie, but Sean Astin is such an underrated actor. I think he definitely should have got a nomination.
Totally agree. He was a great role. Like, I don't know, he's just such a heartwarming character, and he really made Frodo's character even better. All those scenes with him and Smeagol. Anyways, Katie, what's yours?
My the When Brian asked me my opinion about this. I had one guy come to mind that deserved to be nominated for an Oscar. He was the very first guy. BoJack Horseman for Secretariat. Is that you? You old so and so? Just kidding. No, it's not BoJack
What the
Horseman.
heck?
Yeah, if you've seen BoJack, you know what that is. But no, not BoJack. No, actually, I too had a long list of men and women that should have been nominated, and Meanie Weenie over here told me I can only pick 5. So, I'll probably have an honorable mention. But my first one is going to go to Harrison Ford for Raiders of the Lost Ark. I knew when I saw this movie as a kid, like I was a little kid. I probably shouldn't have even been watching this movie when I first saw it. I knew it was something special. It was just so cool. Harrison Ford, like, just going on screen and being that swashbuckling adventurer that was the envy of little boys and girls everywhere. I wanted to be Indiana Jones as well, with the cool bullwhip and just his whole demeanor of just cool under pressure, and just this whole persona that he created. It's so good. And I wish that he would get more recognition, not just for this film, but for many other films. Man, even the last, or his latest film, I believe it's his latest film, Call of the Wild. Man, that was a great performance. Very underrated. So Harrison Ford is my first choice.
He was in my consideration too for a lot of his films. For me, it was Last Crusade. But I mean, it's crazy that Harrison Ford has only been nominated for an Oscar one time in over a 50-year career. One time. That's it. And he's our greatest actor.
Mm. Who's next?
That would be me. Okay, so for me, I mean, I like movies, and but I watch a lot more like cartoony things rather than real people movies. But of the ones that I've seen, I'm like, what the? Why have these people not been nominated for these roles? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first one I've got is Gary Oldman for Sirius Black in Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh my gosh, that is my favorite Harry Potter movie. A lot of people like
The
that
best
movie.
Harry Potter movie.
A lot of people would say it's not the best. I don't know, but I like it.
It is
And
the best.
and Gary Oldman, I don't know, just as an actor, has had so many transforming roles for like his face, and the fact that like I didn't know that Commissioner Gordon was the same guy as Sirius Black is pretty amazing in my opinion. So yeah, I went Gary Oldman for Sirius Black. He's like the father figure we all want.
I actually thought the exact same thing. I wanted to pick him as well, but not for that one. Actually, for Order of the Phoenix.
That's a good one.
But which is weird. Which is weird because I actually don't really care for Order of the Phoenix.
That's my second favorite movie, and everybody craps on that one.
Order of the Phoenix is the worst one.
Oh, that's my second favorite.
No, I'd say
Okay.
Goblet of Fire. That's another day.
All right. That's another day. That's another day. All right, for my next pick, I feel like this role, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous role, and it's one of those unforgettable roles because it's just so real to life. I think everybody at one point or another in their life has experienced, the fear of a bully. It's somebody that, intimidates you, threatens you verbally or physically. And I feel that nobody at least in my eye, has done a better job of being a bully than Kiefer Sutherland as Ace in Stand By Me.
Oh, man. Oh, dude.
I remember being, like, when you're so scared to get on the bus because there's a bully on there. Imagine that wherever you go, there's a bully that can just pop up at any time. And I feel that's kind of like what Ace is. I mean, it's a role in Stand By Me. Sutherland's he does not care. He will kill you. Okay, one kid, thing bad about him, they're put a cigarette to your face or threaten to cut your throat. And you gosh darn know that he'll do it too. Such a fearsome, threatening role. Best supporting actor, Keith Sutherland. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
I agree. Once again, one of those movies that I saw when I was like far too young, and man, that like I can just feel it. That was a great role. He did an amazing job. All the people did an amazing job in that movie. Everybody.
Amazing cast.
Yeah.
They were great, but Keith Sutherland, when he just says, you're dead, and he takes out that switchblade, you're like, that's, oh my gosh.
Ooh, Lord.
KT Cud.
Okay. Do what now? Is it?
Go ahead.
Is it my
yeah,
turn?
It's your turn. Go.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so lately I've been thinking about this film because I don't know, it's just one of those films that comes to mind once in a while. Not that this is normal or anything, but there was something when I first saw the movie Children of Men. There was something that like I don't know. I felt like, man, this could be real. Like this sort of scenario could actually happen. And what would I do in this kind of situation? And Clive Owen found himself in this situation. I almost thought about putting Michael Caine in for Children of Men for supporting actor, but I felt like Clive Owen just worked so hard. Like you feel with this character who, if you don't know the story, for some reason the world is not able to have children. Women are not able to have children anymore. And so the days are numbered for the world. And so things have gone into chaos. However, there is one pregnant woman that needs to be taken to safety.
Spoilers.
Oh, well, that's not a spoiler. That's the plot. And so Clive Owen, hey, I'm already doing a better job than Raya and the Last Dragon. So
there's actually a story here.
Yeah. So Clive Owen's job is to take this woman through chaos to sanctuary so that she can have her baby. And it is just gut-wrenching what these people have to go through. And if you want a sad movie, this is a sad movie. And I think Clive Owen just delivers unbelievably here. Everybody delivers. Oh man, I can't remember. You know what? It's not important. But yeah, if you're looking for a sad dystopian, it's not even dystopian. If you're just looking for a sad movie, this is it. And Clive Owen will just make you bawl your eyes out because you will feel exactly what he's feeling with his delivery.
Good stuff.
Ileana, what you got?
Okay, for me, I'm a simple person. I like comedy movies. And why the heck did Jim Carrey not get a award for his Lloyd Christmas in Dumb and Dumber? What the heck?
It's too good. It's just too good.
And he should have gotten awarded for that too goodness. My gosh, that role.
Every inch is so good.
His acting in that film is phenomenal. Can you imagine meeting a person like him, honestly, in real life? Like,
excuse me, Flo?
And it's such a quotable movie. It's, you sit down with your weird family, and you're like, well, at least we're not that guy, So, just such a good film and such a great role. He's such a quotable character, and such a weird guy. Yeah, Jim Carrey needed more recognition for his role in any movie, honestly, because, a lot of comedy came from him back in the day, but especially in Dumb and Dumber.
I almost picked him for Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, a completely different genre for him.
I almost picked him for The Truman Show.
Yeah, Truman Show as well for me.
But I read an interesting article. It's funny that we bring him up because I read an interesting article just this week about him getting Oscar snubs. he's like, you know what? I don't even care. If I have to jump through the hoops to get an Oscar, who am I doing this for? Like,
Yeah.
what sort of joy do I get from that? I'm like, you know what? That is admirable. I can appreciate that sort of attitude. If you're not enjoying what you are and you're not putting the willpower just for the sake of putting out good art, then give me a break.
And then he gets
So
an Oscar and he's like, I'd like to thank the Academy.
yeah, fabulous. But
All
yeah,
right, Brian.
So this is a more recent performance. I've never seen Us by Jordan Peele. It is one of the great horror films of the past, 20 years. It's right up there, and especially by the that Lupita Nyong'o gives as Adelaide. It's a dual performance, as Adelaide and then as her doppelganger. That's called. For every person in the United States that lives above ground, we have a doppelganger that lives underground in the vast tunnels throughout the United States. So it's a dual role for Lupita Nyong'o as this mother and wife who's just on vacation and soon is being terrorized by her doppelganger, Red. It is absolutely horrifying. And Lupita Nyong'o, if you've never seen her in 12 Years a Slave, gives just absolutely amazing performances. Every film she's in, she is just one of a kind, fearless actress. But the capacity to do a dual role where you're being haunted literally by yourself, by yourself, you're being terrorized and threatened. Is Her performance is excruciating good. Check out Us and Lupita Nyong'o if you've never seen it. It's wonderful.
she is a beep, 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 good actress. Like, she is good. That is solid. That's a solid choice. Okay, so a little bit different for me. My next choice. I happen to like international films, and this film is way at the top of my list. Pan's Labyrinth. It's a Spanish film, and the best performance from it comes from its lead performer, Ivana Baquero, the small child, the little girl, Ophelia. Man, once again, a sad movie, but ooh, is it so full of hope and just everything. It's actually got a little bit of everything: action, horror, suspense, a little bit of fantasy and everything. If you've ever seen any kind of illustration where there's a weird character with eyeballs in the hands and they put the hands up to the eyes, that's from that movie. She delivers such a mature performance for such a young actress. She must have been no older than 15 when she did this performance as Ophelia during the Spanish Civil War. And she's living with a tyrant who is her caretaker. That's her caretaker, and he is a tyrant, and everybody is afraid of her. There's one scene where she's actually not in this scene, but there's one scene where the guy who's like a captain in the army or something like that, some high-ranking person, um, somebody gives him coffee, and even just that little scene is so tense because he says, "You burned the coffee." And it's like you hold your breath at that moment because you've seen him kill people for less, and this is what this 15-year-old girl or younger is living with. And her mom is pregnant with a child, and she's having to deal with war and her mom and just living in these terrible conditions, and the underground people that are trying to rise up, and they're taking good care of her. They love Ophelia, and so she's trying to find peace in the midst of all of this. And so she has this world that is just created, this mythological world, this fantasy world. And so she's going back and forth between these two things, but it's not a happy ending. It's a terrible, sad ending. And just like I said, a mature, um, just very graceful performance from Ivana Baquero. and she definitely should have been nominated for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Ileana, what you got?
Yes, indeed.
I, as well, have a female who should have been awarded an Oscar. Is Sigourney Weaver for Alien. What the heck? Talk about
Amen.
a strong female character that, just deserves, like, oh my gosh, Sigourney Weaver, literally in any role she's ever been in, is just the coolest. I mean, I'm not a big fan of her in Ghostbuster, but everybody loved her in Ghostbuster. But in especially Alien, just kicking Alien butt. I don't know. And just the way that she, goes about the whole mystery of the aliens and what is going on in this ship and crazy things that are happening. She does a really dang good job. And I think she makes the role super believable. I mean, what would you be doing if there were aliens on your ship or, in the world that you're living in? I think she carried that out pretty dang well, in my opinion.
I'd probably roll over and die.
Yeah, just be like, I don't want to live anymore. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's a great choice. I actually just watched Aliens recently. And man, that is a bad lady.
Yeah,
That is
she
one
is
bad lady.
killer. Super cool. So, what the heck, Academy? Sigourney Weaver. Wake up, people.
I especially loved her in Finding Dory. Hi, I'm Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No, she's actually my favorite in probably Holes.
Oh man, yes, yes, yes.
Oh yeah, dang.
Yeah, she is
Forgot about that
awesome
one.
in
That's a good one.
Holes. If you've never seen that movie with Shia LaBeouf, dang.
Excuse me,
Oh, so good.
Brian. What you got?
All right, so I'm up next. And really quick, again, comedy is so ignored by the Academy. It's a crime. It's a crying shame, especially for a guy like Jack Black, who gives probably the best performance of his career as Dewey Finn in
Yes.
School of Rock. I'll never ever get the first time I saw School of Rock. I actually was watching a different movie, The Rundown. Rock. Great movie. But then that movie ended, and I walked over to catch up to my sister and mom, who were watching School of Rock in the theater, and I caught the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes is all you need for Jack Black when he rocks out and does the main theme song, School of Rock. I nominated him for that. He didn't even get nominated for Best Song. Okay? But Jack Black is just, he is full on aggressive, awesome, energetic, great performance. The passion for music just is exploding out of his pores into the movie. He loves it. Zeppelin.
I think the
You
best
guys
thing
never got the
about
let out.
the best thing about that role is I think he was mostly just being himself.
Yeah.
I think we all need a little Jack Black in our lives. So Jack Black for Best Actors, Dewey Finn in the School of Rock. That's my pick.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about that is that he also didn't pull any punches with the kids. Like the first time he addresses the kids, he's like, "Okay, I got a hangover." It's great. It's like this is a room full of children, but it's great. And his relationship with all of them, like he loves each kid. He doesn't single out any kid as being cooler than the other. He thinks everybody's cool, and that's really cool to me. So yeah, I completely agree. All right, man. I'm gonna stick to some more dramatic roles actually. I speaking of crime, I think this is a crime, and I'm sure that there is a little politics. There is a lot of politic that had to go into Maya Morgenstern not being nominated in The Passion of the Christ as the mother of Jesus Christ. You want to talk about a gut wrenching performance. She's watching her child be beaten and slain and slaughtered, and what's worse is that after he dies, she goes up and starts like cleaning his blood off the ground. Come on, man. All while having this like mysticness to her. This isn't even the real Mary, the real Virgin Mary, and yet she puts on such a performance that is so believable, and it's like whoa. Only the love of a mother. And this is like the mother of mothers, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a crime. It was a steal from Maya Morgenstern that she was not nominated. And it's not like, oh, okay, every mother Mary is going to be nominated for an Oscar. Give me a break. No, I'm not saying that. Just because somebody plays Mother Mary does not mean they're going to be nominated for an Oscar. That'd be absurd. However, go back and watch her performance, man. If you are not touched by a look in her eye, how she is mourning her child the way that she does, like just touching his feet, then come on. You don't even need bump that.
She said it.
Bump that.
She said the title of the
I
podcast.
said it. I don't regret it. All right, so
Okay, that movie got gypped in so many ways. It's definitely it's a brilliant film.
it is. And in fact, I really truly believe that Mel Gibson got gypped so bad in this film. And I know that he was going through his own shenanigans at the time, but he made a AAA film that just got shafted in the worst way. Jim Caviezel got shafted in the worst way.
Yes.
It is a crying shame. So, me,
Ileana, it's your turn.
It's my turn. That was funny. My next pick is James McAvoy for Split. This guy, how did he not get an Oscar for playing literally 24 different people in one film? If you guys have not seen Split, Split is about a split personality man who has multiple personalities and literally manages to play 24 different people, and not just like, oh, I'm happy, I'm the sad one, whatever. I don't know how I said those. I felt kind of backwards saying that. But, to play a person that has a completely different demeanor, life, personality than, another person, and to do that 24 separate times, that's a very incredible feat for just one film. So, I don't know. I feel like that's pretty gypped. James McAvoy is also in Narnia. If you've seen that movie, he plays Mr. Tumnus, just so you can put a face to it. But yeah,
so
he
you
got
could put
gypped.
like a fawn face. That'll put a face to James McAvoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, not even Professor X. You're gonna put fawn face on James McAvoy and say that's what he looks like.
Yeah, remember him in Narnia as the fawn guy? Yeah, I'm a fawn.
A phone face.
A phone.
I've got a phone face.
But yeah, why did he not get nominated, or not even nominated? He didn't win, nor did he get nominated for that role of playing 24 different people. Come on, Academy. Brian, what you got?
Okay, for my final pick, hopefully you guys can hear this, for goodness sakes. I'm gonna have with Alan Ruck
Alan, what?
for Best Supporting Actor. Alan Ruck?
Sorry.
R-U-C-K? As Cameron Fry in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Listen, Matthew Broderick gets a lot of the shins in Ferris Bueller. He's outstanding in that film, but the whole focus of the film is just trying to, cheer up Cameron Fry, who's sitting in bed when he should be in school too, and he's just a hypochondriac. He's just not feeling well, and all he needs is one good day to see some art, to be in a parade, to have some high-class cuisine, to just take your dad's car and just go have some fun, man. Just go roll around. Anyways, it's a great comedic performance. I don't know. You guys drive me crazy. Alan Ruck, Best Supporting Actor, Cameron Fry.
In case you guys didn't hear, Alan Ruck for
Best
Cameron
supporting.
Fry. Best supporting actor, Cameron Fry.
Alan Ruck.
Oh my gosh.
Katie, what's yours?
Okay, and this is our final choice.
Yes, your last one.
Okay, before I give my final choice, I'm just gonna spitball my other choices that I had.
Make it quick!
I will make it quick. I'm not gonna say anything about them. I'm just going to.
Hey, what the heck? We didn't get to do that. That's not fair. You better make it super quick,
Well,
man.
Robert Shaw for Jaws, Michael B. Jordan for Creed, Samuel L. Jackson, The Hateful Eight, Keanu Reeves, Hardball, Johnny Depp, Sweeney Todd, Natalie Portman, V for Vendetta, Charlize Theron for Mad Max Fury Road. And my final pick is Taraji P Henson. I hope I said that correct, for Hidden Figures, and Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe for Hidden Figures. All three of them should have been nominated. Taraji P Henson should have been nominated for Best Actress, and Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe should have been. If I could, they would go in simultaneously as one unit and be nominated for Best Supporting Actresses, because all of them delivered a glorious performance. In fact, Ileana and I really love that scene when Janelle Monáe gets to go to college, and she steps out of the courthouse, and she's like, she doesn't know what to do, and she just goes, ah!
That's the best. I would do the same thing.
Yes, she cannot contain herself. She is so excited, and you in the audience, you're just as excited for them. You're like, they won. This is a victory for them, and I feel so engaged with them. I'm so happy with them. And in fact, when Taraji P Henson, when she delivers that powerful scene when she's like, you guys won't even drink in the same coffee pot that I use. I have to go like a mile down the road, 5 miles, however far it is, just to go use the bathroom in the rain. Are you kidding me? Like, that is a performance. And even when it's a subdued performance, when she is being proposed to by Mayan, I forgot his name. That Mayan. I forgot. That is such a beautiful, innocent
Mahershala
scene.
Ali.
Yes. That is such a beautiful, innocent scene where you just get a moment of beauty and joy in this family, where they, outside those walls, they are dealing with such things against them that they're trying so hard to fight in the most purest of ways. And then Octavia Spencer, I love the scene where she takes the book from the library and she's teaching she teaches her boys, in quotations, a lesson. She said, my taxes pay for this book, and she's bettering herself. And I think there's just so much inspiration that is drawn from these three characters. We haven't even talked about the other characters that were in this film. Kevin, what's his face? That played the boss of NASA. That was their boss, and he had his own agenda, but at the same time he stuck up for them, and so powerful performances from everybody. But those three are just a dynamic trio, and they were robbed of even just a little recognition for Hidden Figures. So that is Taraji P Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe. They are all my final choices for this.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, my last and final pick is Helena Bonham Carter for her role as Beatrix. Or is it Bellatrix? I ruined it!
No!
Beatrix!
Wow.
Actually, all I heard was "Hello, Bomb Carter."
Helena! She's got such an odd name. Helena Bonham Carter for her role in Harry Potter as Beatrix. Bellatrix!
No,
Dang it!
Bellatrix Lestrange. People, this is where I say people are clicking off now because they can't get the name right.
She's not a fan.
Not a fan. Never
Not a
seen
fan.
Harry Potter before. Never played the games. Never read the books. I'm a fake fan. No, I have done those things. I never read the books, but I've listened to the audiobooks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellatrix Lestrange.
Oh my gosh, rip me. Everybody click off. Episode's done. No, I'm kidding.
Holy
But
moly, talk about it.
her
Anyway,
role as
just
Bellatrix.
spit it.
I'm spitting it. Her role as Bellatrix. Oh my goodness. She is crazy, insane, psycho. How did she not get nominated for this role? Oh my goodness. Literally the scene where she's just running around saying, the famous line in the cornfield or whatever field that was. How are you not just absolutely... You're so terrified of her. She is working with this evil order. She's so scary, but yet so, I don't know, entrancing at the same time. I don't know. She's got
You
this...
kind of want to be her friend.
Yeah, I mean, maybe to stay on her good side, if anything, because she's crazy. But, Helena Bonham Carter is already, an amazing actress as it is, and she just, any role that she's been in has just, become the person. She becomes that person. Not just, oh, this is another role I have to play. It's no, she goes in far and beyond of that role that she's playing. She takes on that persona. So Beatrix from the Hoorie Putter series.
the Hoorie Pooter.
Obviously, I've never seen the movies.
I actually picked Helena Bonham Carter in my list as well, and I couldn't pin down a movie, so I said pretty much anything she's in. There's a film, I don't know the name of it, where she plays a special needs person, and I always catch the back end of this movie that she's in, but she's in a wheelchair, and in the end, she goes on an airplane, and I'm like, there's something really cool about her performance in this. But also Helena Bonham Carter in Sweeney Todd. Man,
oh yeah,
that is a cool role as well. Just as an awesome lady. I wish I could be friends with her. But
it's so sad to see all of these.
Yanni.
It's so sad to see all of these actresses and actors who have done, amazing roles that, have inspired us, that we've seen in our childhood or in recent films that have really touched us in some sort of way, that have not been recognized for their roles. So we here today are recognizing them. You guys get the award.
The Bump That Award.
Award.
Not to mention, I was thinking about this. I wish that there was a category for best voice acting.
Yeah.
Man, because there have been so many. J.K. Simmons in the role of not Klaus, but the Klaus, I guess, in Klaus. And then even Jack Black again in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks as Woody.
It takes a different skill set, I feel like, to be a voice actor rather than a performance actor.
It absolutely does. You are putting your life and soul and everything into something that isn't real, that you can't see. You can't physically see it. You can't physically do it. You have to bring life and emotion and character to something that you cannot touch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking that in of itself is also a crime against the Academy.
Completely agree.
It's so sad. It's just so sad. Man, who else would I nominate for voice acting? I would even dare say put this may be controversial, but I would even put oh my gosh, what's the lady that played Dory? Oh my gosh.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres did such a good job as Dory, and that may be weird, but so what? I think she did an excellent job.
Mm-hmm.
The scene that at the end of towards the end of Finding Nemo, when they think that Nemo's dead, and she tells Marlin, "Stop!" please don't go away.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's great.
When I saw that in theaters, I got chills. I was like,
It was
whoa,
so real.
Whoa. Like, whoa, I can actually like feel that. Please don't go away. Like, just stuff like that really speaks to me. So
there definitely should be some type of category for voice acting, just because it's a completely different skill set.
If I was to give one, it would be for Robin Williams. Rest in peace for Genie.
Yes.
That'd be the
one.
one.
Absolutely.
That'd be the one.
Yeah, hands down.
You can't really top that one. No.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
No, I never will.
And you've never had a show like Bump That?
Never! The one show that will run on with crazy jokes, like whale sounds for an entire episode, and will...
Wesley
cue the whales!
Wesley tried to do that this morning, and he said, so it sounds like Peter Griffin crying.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Wesley's
Katie,
good
you
morning.
look so beautiful. You're making me...
Oh, dear goodness. Oh, my.
And with that, we're ending the Oscars conversation. What are we talking about? Yeah, everything just canceled. Next week, we're going to be talking about some more news topics. We don't know if we're going to have a specific full topic for the second half.
WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision.
It'll be the WandaVision episode.
Stadia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stadia. We're going to have to talk about that one.
What is a Stadia?
So if you want to hear about,
Stadia?
If you want to hear us talk about WandaVision next week, you'll just have to listen. Yeah, come back next week. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Bump That. We appreciate everybody. Leave a like, subscribe, maybe leave a dislike, comment.
Cue that Oscar music that cuts us off.
Bye-bye.
Wait, I still got so many people to